The Hawsons project itself is located about 70 kilometres from Broken Hill. To that extent, it gives enormous advantages for having a project in that area of New South Wales, obviously all the associated infrastructure. The project itself, it's got about 4.4 billion tonnes in total resource. So it's a big project. Big project means long life as well. And it's going to be a material contributor towards that green steel supply chain in a global sense. So it's an important project from that point of view. It has very unique metallurgical characteristics. It's a lot softer compared to some of our peers. That means less power. And in the area that we're operating with, power costs are lower than, say, in the Pilbara. But the other infrastructure is available and it's there. A transmission line 40 kilometres away, a rail line about 40 kilometres away, and a port in South Australia capable of taking our product, which we estimate will be, once in production, about 10, 11 million tonne per annum. In terms of what it could mean for shareholders and investors, I think there's a whole raft of things. Right now, what we did recently is we announced that the work that we've been doing, focusing on that comminution side of things, which is the crushing, grind, that size reduction of ore down to a level where we can extract the magnetite. We're looking at doing it potentially without water. We've done the first phase, which is a partial dry, and we've already said that we'd be able to reduce the capex by about 30% and the operating costs in that area by about 25 to 30%. So pretty significant for shareholders. Where can that go? Well, if we can go full dry circuit, it means obviously there's greater capital savings, greater OPEX savings, but it goes further than that. Less power, virtually no water. It means that there are significant environmental benefits, some positive product handling benefits, and of course there's the potential to not have a tail stand because we would co-dispose the final tail, dry tail, with mining waste. So that also has ramifications in terms of shortening the development schedule from an environmental permitting and licensing point of view. In terms of our material and the differentiation in the specific marketplace, I think the first clear winner is the fact that our material is so clean. When you produce a product with very little impurities in there, it makes it more attractive towards the off-takers. By being more attractive, it incurs a higher premium, and we envisage getting something in the order of 25 to 30% premium over and above that 62% iron price that the likes of BHP, Rio, Vale get. So we're really pumped about that. That's a key differentiator. It means higher revenue for us. Our material is softer. And what does that mean? When we process the material, it uses around about a third of the energy requirements compared to our peers. If we go dry, as I mentioned before, it really sets us apart, and it's a product that we can move readily. High demand, especially moving forward, that demand's only going to increase. But over the next 6 months, what we're looking at is completing a lot of the current optimisation work, the byproduct test work, which will show the viability, technical and financial, of producing the products out of our tailing stream, which include non-magnetic iron as well as silica sands. And so that could significantly increase the revenue stream of our project. We'll be working more on that dry circuit and seeing if we can get to that 100% dry. And that's a really important milestone for us within 6 months. And so what we'll be doing is proving that up as much as what we can prior to commencing what we'll need to do, which is putting in some 8-inch holes into the Hawsons deposit to ultimately take large samples, ship them off for piloting, and prove categorically and firming up our final process flow sheet. That should be completed in the second half, but they're the sort of activities heading towards that way. And so there's a lot of quality information to come out over the next 6 months.